Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much for inviting me. This is such a wonderful program to know that devotees are coming together every day reciting Bhagavad Gita. Lord Shiva says to Parvati, his consort, Maline Moshanam Pumsham Jalashnanam Dine Dine Gita Shakrit Bhashishnanam Samsara Malanashanam. That just as we cleanse our body every day with water, we must cleanse our minds with the transcendental vibration of the verses of the Bhagavad Gita. So we are reading from chapter number 10. If I can just ask everyone to be on mute, just so that we don't have any disturbance on the call. And I hope you can all see this. I'm assuming if you can't, then someone will tell me. But yeah, these are the verses. What we'll do today, as I think you've been doing, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, we'll recite all the Sanskrit verses, not English, just Sanskrit. And then we'll be reading from text number 7 of the 10th chapter. And we'll read the verse and purport, and then we'll have a little discussion on that and some question and answer, and we'll finish by 8:45.
Sutapa Prabhu, we do Sanskrit.
Prabhu, is that correct?
So see then English.
Oh, you do English also?
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Do English also? So Sanskrit, English, like that?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, fine.
Hare Krishna. Also, do we do it only up to 21, Prabhu? Because we've divided this into 2 parts. So this month we're doing only up to text 21.
Okay, so only I'm reading, or everyone, only I'm reading, and then you'll do it behind your muted mics, yeah? I understand. Okay,
that's correct.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shri Me Paramam Vacha Yateham Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakamyaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, listen again, O mighty armed Arjun, because you are my dear friend, for your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained. Name vidu shuragana prabhavam namaharshaya ahamadir hi devanam maharshinam jasarvashaha. Neither the hosts of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences. For in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. Yoma majamana demcha veti loka maheshwaram ashamuda samartyeshu sarva pape pramuchyate. He who knows me as the unborn, as the beginningless, as the supreme Lord of all the worlds, he only, undeluded among men, is freed from all sins. Buddhir jnanam ashammoha shama satyam dama sama sukham dukham bhavo bhavo bhayam cha bhayameva cha ahimsa samata tushtis tapodanam yaso yashaha bhavanti bhavabhutanam mata eva pritag vidaha. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion, forgiveness, truthfulness, control of the senses, control of the mind, happiness and distress, birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence, equanimity, satisfaction, austerity, charity, fame and infamy. All these various qualities of living beings are created by me alone. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastatha madbhava manasa jata yesham loka ima prajaha. The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tattvataha so vikalpena yogena yujyate natra shamshayaha. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhudabhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Vachita madgata prana bodhayanta parashparam katayantascha mam nityam tusyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come back to me. Teshamivānukam partham aham ajnanajam tamaha nasayamyatma bhavastu jnanadipena bhashvataha. To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Bhavesh Prabhu, if you can just mute your mic. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam ajam vibhum bahuswam rishaya sarve deva rishir naradastatha ashito devalo vyasa swayam chaiva bravishime. Arjuna said, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narad, Asita, Devala, and Vyas confirmed this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. Sarvametadritam manye yanmam vadashikeshava Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim Vidurdeva Nadanava. O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Svayamevatmanatmanam Vetatvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Deva Deva Jagatpate. Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, Origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. Vaktum arhasya sheshena divya hyatma vibhutaya yabir vibhutibir lokan imam svam vyapya tistasi. Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Katham vidyamaham yogim stvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintasi bhagavan maya. O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead? Vishtaretnatmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya khataya triptirhi shrinvato nasti me mritam. O Janardan, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Antate Kathayishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutaya Pradhanyata Kuru Shrestha Nastyanto Vishtarasya Me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjun, for my opulence is limitless. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarvabhutasya Stita Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha. I am the Supersoul, O Arjun, seated in the hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all living beings. Adityanam aham Vishnur, Jyotisam Raviram Shuman, Marichir Marutam Ashmi, Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. So, should I now project the verse 10.7 and then we'll discuss that?
Yes, please, Sutapa Prabhu.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to bring up text number 7. I hope you can all see this on your screen. This is text number 7 from the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. I'll read Sanskrit, English translation, and then purport. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yoveti tatvatah so vikalpena yogena yujyate natrisham shayah. One who is factually convinced of this opulence and mystic power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then naturally he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows the opulences of the Supreme, there is no alternative but to surrender to Him. This factual knowledge can be known from the descriptions in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the 4 great Kumaras and other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the opulences of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith, without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is, for by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to remain, to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for coming together, being such inspirational, sincere Vaishnavas. And here we are describing or discussing a very beautiful chapter of the Gita. Already in the previous chapter, Krishna has given the essence of the Gita. The middle 6 chapters are the essence of the Gita because they talk about bhakti. The 9th chapter is the middle of those 6 chapters because it's the most confidential knowledge, the Rajaguyam. And within that 9th chapter, we find one verse which is considered to be the essence of the Gita, where Krishna tells Arjuna, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru Mamevaisya satyam te pratijane priyo sime. Krishna tells Arjuna, just engage your mind in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer everything to me, worship me, offer your obeisances to me. When you're absorbed in me, absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, you will come to me. Prabhupada coined this term, Krishna consciousness. Actually, this comes from a Sanskrit terminology, Krishna Bhavanamrita. Krishna Bhavanamrita means when one is overwhelmed by the nectar of emotions in realizing Krishna's greatness, when one is fully in the emotions of bhava, the amrita of that bhava, then this is Krishna consciousness. So this is the goal of our life. Our mind will be hijacked by something in this world. So what do we want our mind to be hijacked by? What's going on in the news? What's going on in our life? What's going on in the temporary waves of the material world? Or do we want our mind to be hijacked by the sweetness of Krishna? But in order to connect with the sweetness of Krishna, first we must understand the greatness of Krishna. You see, in Vedic understanding, there are two things, tattva and rasa. Rasa means the relationship, the mellow, the incredible taste, the swad, you would say in Gujarati, that comes from a relationship with Krishna. But to fully relish the rasa, one must know the tattva, the truth, the philosophy, the greatness of Krishna. When we know the greatness of Krishna, then we'll naturally give our heart in service, and in the service of the Lord, we'll experience the sweetness of Krishna. And therefore, after telling Arjuna in the 9th chapter to engage your mind in always thinking of me, in the 10th chapter, Krishna explains how one can see him everywhere. Some people say, I can't see God. But actually, when you read the 10th chapter, then everywhere you look around, you will see Krishna. Because Krishna explains, I'm the light of the sun and the moon. I'm the sound in ether. I'm the ability in man. I'm the taste in water, of mountains. I'm the Himalayas. Like there's so many descriptions he's giving. In the 10th chapter, Krishna gives 82 different ways in which you can see him in the creation. And when we read about this, then when we look around everywhere, we will see Krishna. Because at the end of this chapter, Krishna will say, Yad yad vibhuti mad sattvam shrimad urjitam evava tattadeva vagachatvam mama tejom sasambhavam. When you look around in the world, you will see amazing things. You will see beautiful things. You will see splendid things. Krishna says when you actually become Krishna conscious, then when you see the beauty, the ability, the splendor of the material world around you, you'll realize all of this is just one spark coming from the glory of Krishna. So when you see the beautiful sun, you'll remember Krishna. When you see someone with amazing ability, you'll remember Krishna. One time, Prabhupada was in the airport and there was a beautiful lady walking past, air hostess. So Prabhupada turned to one of the brahmacharis and he said, she's very beautiful, isn't it? So the brahmachari, he was not sure how to respond, like maybe Srila Prabhupada is testing me. So he didn't, he remained quiet, and Prabhupada looked at the brahmachari and said, if she is that beautiful, imagine how beautiful Krishna is who created her. So that is a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava sees that behind the beauty of everything is Krishna. And in this way, the mind of the Vaishnava is always absorbed in Krishna. And what Srila Prabhupada is explaining in this purport is that the more we learn about Krishna, the more knowledge we have of Krishna, then naturally we will be inclined to do more service for Krishna. And when we do more service for Krishna, then naturally our mind will be absorbed in Krishna. You see, so there's a progression. When you get more knowledge, number one, then you will be inclined to do more service, number two. And when you do more service, then number three, you will naturally experience Krishna in your life and experience Krishna's sweetness. In another way, we can explain this in Sanskrit terminology, sambandha. Sambandha means to get knowledge. Abhidaya means to then apply that knowledge. And prayojana means when you've applied the knowledge, then you will get the spontaneous relationship and love for Krishna. But it all begins with sambandha. Sambandha or knowledge. Therefore, Krishna says, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. There is nothing in this world as sublime as transcendental knowledge. Try as you may, you will never find anything in this world as sublime as transcendental knowledge. Because this knowledge connects us back to the person that each one of us is looking for. And so it's very apt that today we're talking about knowledge and the beauty of these wonderful books of Srila Prabhupada. Here is the Bhagavad Gita. I just want to share with you why the books of the Vedic teachings, the Bhagavad Gita, why this is the most evolved theology in the world. There are many books of wisdom in the world, the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Dharmapada in the Buddhist tradition. So many books are there. And Prabhupada said that if you read any of them, you can also make some spiritual advancement. Yet the books of the Vedic teachings, Sanatana Dharma, are considered the most elevated theology and understanding and knowledge of God in the universe. Why? Because of four reasons. If you want to measure how advanced a theology of God is, you have to look at four things. First thing, comprehensiveness. How much detail does that theology give you? In the Vedic knowledge, you will find so much detail. You will find out what God looks like, what God wears, what God does in the morning, afternoon, and evening, who God's friends are, what God has for lunch, what kind of speech the God and interactions he has with his devotees. You'll even find what is going on in the mind of God. You will not find this in any other theology except the Vedic theology, the detail. Second thing, eternal. The theology which stands over all times, places, and circumstances and cultures is the most advanced theology. Some theologies, some religions, some books are relevant for a certain people at a certain time. The knowledge of the Gita is known as Sanatana Dharma. It stands for all times, places, and circumstances. It's timeless. And therefore, this is the second reason why the Bhagavad Gita is the most advanced knowledge of God in the world, because it's eternal. Third reason, auspiciousness. The most advanced theology in the world, when you practice it in your life, you will see your life changing. And not only that, when this knowledge goes into society, then this knowledge will change the society. So we see those who are practicing the Vedic teachings. Prabhupada said, people are reading the Gita and immediately they're giving up their whole life to serve Krishna, is creating so much auspiciousness in the world. The most advanced theologies don't create war. They don't create division. They don't create animosity or hatred for others, but rather they always create auspiciousness. And the fourth and final way by which you understand which is the most advanced theology, beauty. The most advanced theology is beautiful. It's beautiful in its language. It's beautiful in its description. It's beautiful in its depiction of the spiritual world and God's personality. It's beautiful in all respects. Therefore, the devotees, Vayam tu navitripyama uttama shloka vikrame yachrinvatam rasagyanam svadu svadu pade pade. Those who are hearing Bhagavatam, Vayam tu na vitripyama, they never tire. Uttama shloka vikrame, to hear these descriptions, these beautiful descriptions. Why? Yachrinvatam rasa jnanam, this jnana is invested with so much rasa and beauty. Svadu, svadu, pade, pade, at every step, we are feeling so much attraction, so much beauty. So next time someone asks you, why should I read the Gita? Why shouldn't I read any other theology? Why is the Gita so special? Tell them, number one, the detail of this knowledge you'll not find anywhere else. Number two, this knowledge is eternal. It will always be relevant. It never goes out of date. Number three, if you practice this knowledge, you will experience auspiciousness in your life. And number four, you tell them these books are beautiful, because these books, once you enter and you begin reading these books give you a whole nother beautiful world that you can live in. Therefore, sometimes devotees open the books and they can't put them down, because svadu, svadu, pade, pade, they're experiencing so much taste. So these are some thoughts that I wanted to share with you, just some thoughts that came to my mind on this verse. You all on this call are so dedicated because you're studying the Gita, you're living the Gita, and you're also distributing the Gita to others. Just wanted to express my appreciation for all of you who, in the last few months, when the world is in such a precarious position and perhaps spiritual knowledge is needed more than ever, all of you have been reaching out. You've been trying to find new ways in which to give the books out to people. So many thousands of books have gone out. So many seeds have been planted, and so many lives will change. And Krishna explains, Nachatasman Manusheshu Kashkin Me Priyakritama. Those who participate in that activity, they are truly blessed. They are endearing themselves to Krishna. Now I've heard about the new technique of calling people up and trying to connect with them. And amazing stories. Every day, devotees are sending me stories about what's happening when they're calling people. And just yesterday or the day before, Rasastali Mataji, she sent me a message. She said she called, one, I think it was some vegan shop or something of that nature. She just called randomly. And the person said, oh my God, I was thinking of the temple, and it's so amazing that you call me. And then the person was explaining how he's ready to cook for any relief work we're doing. He wants to offer a donation. He wants to learn more, take books. Who can stop the Sankirtan movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? It will continue on, and all of you are going beyond the comfort zone, beyond what you know of how to distribute books, and finding new ways, and that's amazing. On Sunday, it was Bhaktivinoda Thakur's disappearance day. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote over 400 songs. He was such a personality. And in one of his songs, he explains that the obstacles that I encounter in my devotional service to Krishna are the greatest sources of joy. Interesting statement he makes. He says, the obstacles that I face in my bhakti, my devotional service to the Lord, are the greatest source of joy. Because what gives us happiness in life is the seva bhav, the attitude of serving Krishna. The deeper our seva bhav is, the more closer we will be to Krishna and the more rasa and relationship we'll experience with Krishna. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that when there are obstacles in my devotional service, it forces me to go deeper. It forces me to become more serious in my devotional service. And when I go deeper and become more serious to overcome these obstacles, then I experience Krishna in a much more profound way. So all of you are working through the obstacles to give spiritual knowledge to others is really such a commendable thing. In this way, you'll not only bless many, many people, but you'll find that your understanding of the Gita will go deeper and deeper and deeper, because Krishna wants to give this knowledge throughout the whole world. And those who go out and say, okay, Krishna, I will help you to give this knowledge, then Krishna will definitely make you wise. Krishna will definitely make you realized, because he will see that this person is interested to give it to others. So I will reveal all the knowledge to them. And these are some of the points to consider. So thank you very much. I could go on speaking, but perhaps it's 8:25. As I understand, we go till 8:45. So perhaps we can have some question and answer and discussion. There are many illustrious Vaishnavas on the call. In front of me, I can see Lalit Prabhu immediately, and I'm sure there are many others. So please, if you have any question, comment, correction, any chastisement for me, then I will also be very happy so I can improve. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sutapa Prabhu. So, dear devotees, please, if you like to either unmute yourself, I think because there are over 90 devotees on the call, it might be easier if you send your question via chat button to everybody, and Sutapa Prabhu can just read the question and try to answer it that way. And feel free to share any reflections you have, like how you do every day, or any comments, as Sutapa Prabhu says. So please go ahead and send in your questions in the chat box, and Sutapa Prabhu will try to answer. Thank you so much.
Okay, Dave Kishan, you are the first one in. If we are looking for a spiritual master to guide us, how do we know where to look and start? Very nice question. Thank you so much. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's explained, Brahmande Brahmite Kona Bhagyavanji Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. We are traveling for many, many lifetimes throughout the universes, lost, confused, misled, not knowing who we are, what the purpose of life is. But when you become Bhagyavan, when you become very fortunate, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach, by Krishna's mercy, you find Guru, and by Guru's mercy, you get the Bhakti Lata, the seed of devotion by which you can make your way back. So how do we find a spiritual master? We need Krishna's mercy. Without Krishna's mercy, we cannot find the Vaishnavas who will help us. So we have to make ourselves available for that mercy. And we have to prepare the ground to attract the mercy of the Vaishnavas. So how do we find a spiritual master? First, we understand the philosophy found in Srila Prabhupada's books. We understand, who am I? Who is Krishna? What is the purpose of life? We understand what is the qualities of someone who's meant to be a guru. And in this way, we get knowledge. Once we've got the knowledge, then we serve Krishna. We serve Krishna with our heart, and we engage in sadhana, chanting every single day. While we do that, we begin making a prayer to Krishna. And we pray to Krishna, I need help. I need someone who can help me and guide me on this journey. And when you pray to Krishna for help, then Krishna will send you someone You may not know when that person will come and how they will come, but you will know when that person comes, because by hearing from them, you will become inspired to give your life in surrender to Krishna. So it begins with knowledge, it continues on with sadhana, and then ultimately we must have a deep prayer. And then when we pray and Krishna knows it's the right time, then he will reveal to you who your spiritual master is. But remember, even before you get Diksha Guru means initiating Guru, you can still have many, many other Shiksha Gurus, instructing Gurus, inspirational people in your life who help you. And in this way, through the Shiksha Gurus, you can help, you can find ultimately Diksha Guru, like that. I hope that helps. Thank you, Meena. I hope to be with all of you again soon. Thank you very much. Okay, Jivan says, in the Gita, in chapter 2 and 3, it is confirmed that as soon as we die, our soul moves to a new body. Then why do Hindus do shraddhs for those who have left? Yes, the body is temporary. The body is just a machine. The soul is just temporarily inhabiting it. However, we do shraddh because the benefit of any spiritual activity that we do here can still affect the journey of a soul once they have moved on from this world. Just like if you have a child and the child goes abroad to study, then you can still send the child money through, wire the money through the bank account, and you can still send messages of support even though they're in a different place, because your love for the child is still there. So similarly, when the soul leaves this world, we can still benefit that soul by doing different spiritual activities. That's why we do shraddh, because the soul still gets benefit even having left this world. Okay, next question. There are various forms of Krishna like Gokulananda, Landanishvara, and Krishna comes in darkish complexion as Radharamanji. Which of these Krishnas do we need to remember, especially while chanting? Do they all have the same qualities? Which deity should we focus on? First thing is, when you chant, the main thing is in the beginning here. Don't try to visualize anything artificially. If it comes spontaneously, that's fine. Main thing when you're chanting is hear the mantra. Hear the Hare Krishna mantra. You have to hear the mantra. So that's the first thing. While you're chanting, focus on hearing the mantra. Which devotees, which deities should we be attracted to? Whichever deities you are attracted to. There's no rule. And let me tell you a story. One time devotees were having a debate. Which are the most beautiful deities in ISKCON? So someone said, definitely Gokulananda. I said, no, Landanishvara. Prabhupada said he's, beautiful, unparalleled. Someone said, no, Radha Shyam Sundar in Vrindavan. Prabhupada said Radha Shyam Sundar is the source of all other deities, most beautiful. So I said, no, Radha Madhav, Mayapur. One devotee stood up, he said, you're all wrong. And he was convinced. So everyone stood up. They looked at this devotee. They said, okay, so then you tell us, which are the most beautiful deities in ISKCON? And the devotee said, the deities that you serve with love and devotion. They are the most beautiful deities. Because we don't see the beauty of the deities through these eyes, but we see the beauty of the deities when they reveal their beauty to us because of our loving devotional service to them. Therefore, Brahma Samhita says, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santasya Deva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. One's eyes must be smeared with the salve of love for Krishna. And when you serve any deities with that love, the deities will reveal their beauty to you and they will steal your heart. Rupa Goswami says, if you are at all attached to friendship, love, society, and affairs of the material world, do not approach Govinda. Do not approach him and try to serve him. He is on the banks of Keshi Ghat in Vrindavan, and he is in the threefold bending form, playing a flute. And let me warn you, if you begin to serve him, you will lose all interest in everything. So serving Krishna goes with a warning, health warning, material health warning. Thank you, Shambhihari, for that question. By the way, I'm speaking and speaking, so someone can just cut me off when the time is up. Okay. Karan, can you please explain about Radharani and Rukmini in Krishna's life? Why Krishna left Radharani? Yes, this is a very deep topic. This is a topic which requires, number one, deep realization and lots of time. Krishna, whenever he acts with his devotees, he acts in such a way that he wants to increase their love. So sometimes Krishna appears in our life and our love increases. And sometimes Krishna seems to disappear from our life. And then we develop such anxiety, such eagerness, such desperation to be with Krishna, that in that separation, in that vipralamba, the love actually goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And therefore, when Krishna leaves his devotees, when Krishna leaves Vrindavan, then the intensity of the Brajabasis, the intensity of Radharani's love increases more and more. And in this way, although they're separated by distance, they become closer and closer in spirit because of the intensity of love. So this is a very, very deep topic. But ultimately, Krishna becomes conquered by the love of Radharani and the gopis. Krishna says, Napareham niravadya samvijam sasadu krityam vibudayusha piva yama bhajandur jarage hashrinkala samvrishta tadva pratiyatu sadhuna. Krishna says, Napareham niravadya samyujam. Krishna, who is the owner of everything, the complete origin of the entire spiritual and material worlds, says, I cannot repay the gopis, I cannot repay Radharani for the intensity of love that they exhibited. They gave up everything and they dedicated their life to me unflinchingly. So Krishna leaves Radharani, Krishna leaves his devotees. Sometimes we may feel Krishna is not with us in our life. He just acts to increase our love. Since it was Rath Yatra, would you share a little summary of the festival? These are all such beautiful questions, and how will we do any of this justice in a few minutes? They asked, which is the most merciful deity? Someone said Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I said no. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most merciful avatar, incarnation, but the most merciful deity, the most merciful murti is Jagannath. Jagannath is the most merciful deity because, number one, have you seen? Jagannath's eyes are always open. He is seeing any good thing that someone does and he's rewarding them. Jagannath hardly sleeps. Gokulananda still, he has good rest, but Jagannath, he hardly sleeps. And even on the times that people can't come for darshan, it's said that the demigods are coming for darshan. So Jagannath is merciful because his eyes are always open. Jagannath is merciful because he eats so much chapan bhog, and then he gives all of that bhog to the devotees as prasad. Therefore, you can go to Jagannath temple and you can go to Anand Bazaar the marketplace of happiness and have so much Jagannath Mahaprasad there. Jagannath is the most merciful deity because even the Sabaras, who are considered to be of a more uncivilized mentality, even they are able to approach. Previously, anyone could also go to Jagannath and embrace Jagannath. And Jagannath is also very, very merciful because he reciprocates. Anyone who worships Jagannath, immediately Jagannath begins to make arrangements in their life. And Jagannath is also the most merciful deity because Jagannath is the only deity that's coming out. Every other deity you have to go and see. But Jagannath is the deity who says, I'll come out. You see, when we are sick, then we go to a hospital. But when we're so sick that we can't go to a hospital, then the ambulance has to come and pick us up. Therefore, in Kali Yuga, because people are so sick and they're not going to see the deity, Jagannath comes out and blesses the world with his darshan. And therefore, this is Rath Yatra. It's basically an exhibition of the Lord's unlimited compassion that he comes out. This is the external reason of Rath Yatra, that the Lord comes to give great mercy. But Rath Yatra also has an internal reason. Because Rath Yatra is depicting the time when Krishna had left Vrindavan and he was in Dwaraka, but one occasion, the residents of Vrindavan and Krishna and his entourage from Dwaraka met at Kurukshetra. And there Krishna appeared as Dwarakadish in great opulence, and the simple Brajabasis came. They had not seen Krishna, and they met at Kurukshetra. And when they met Krishna, and immediately they felt in their hearts that this is our same Krishna. This is our childhood, sweetheart. But now he is in opulence. We are in Kurukshetra. There are chariots. We want to take Krishna back to Vrindavan, where we can have loving pastimes with him again. So therefore, they began pulling the chariot, trying to take that chariot from Kurukshetra back to Vrindavan. And this is the inner meaning of Rath Yatra, that the devotees are taking from Jagannath temple to Gundicha temple, and Gundicha temple represents taking Krishna back to Vrindavan. So many more things we could say about Jagannath Rath Yatra, but yes, this was some points. 8:40. So which question? There are so many questions. I don't know which one to answer now. Okay, let me just do the next one. Yogesh Prabhu asks, please explain life after death. Yes, this is there in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna explains. Vasham shijirnani yatha vihaya navani kranati naro parani. Tha sharirani navani dehi anyani shamyati navani dehi. That just as one takes off old garments and puts on new garments, similarly the soul takes off old bodies and puts on new bodies. According to our karma, we accept another material body. The particular look of the body, the particular personality of the body we have, the different fortunes that we experience in this body are all a result of our past activities. And thus Krishna gives us another opportunity to come into the world in a different body to understand who we really are. And at the end of life, when we understand who we are, that we're not any of these material designations, that we're eternal servants of Krishna, then when we leave the world with that consciousness, Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samsayah. Krishna says at the Antakale, at the last moment, if you remember me, remember that you're my servant, that at the end of life, you don't come back here. You go back to the spiritual world. So we must cultivate that remembrance of Krishna in our life, because we don't know. We don't know when our turn is coming. Life is so unpredictable. Yudhishthira says, Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshastavaramichanti kimascharya param. Every single day people are dying. I'm seeing it in front of my eyes. Every single day people are dying. Sheshastavaramichanti, but I think I will never die. Kimascharya param. We're living in this illusion. When we wake up in the morning and we realize very deeply that this could be my last day, then we will have that urgency that I should not waste time. I should not waste the opportunity, and I should not waste this wonderful gift I've been given to try and make this life perfect by giving it to Krishna. So let us make our life perfect. Let us read these books. Let us really live these books, and let us, as far as possible, in your own wonderful, innovative, ingenious ways, distribute these books. This is the goal of life. If at the end of life you can say, I read the books, I lived the books, and I distributed the books, know for sure that Srila Prabhupada will come. And even if there's some shortcoming, Srila Prabhupada will say, don't worry, come with me. I've got the backdoor key to Goloka Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for your association. It's 8:45. I don't want to take more of your time. Thank you so much for your participation, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to share with you.
Thank you, Sutapa Prabhu. Can I just take a moment to just express my gratitude once again, Sutapa Prabhu? Just having your presence, seeing your effulgent face, and these wonderful words emanating from your lotus mouth just brings about the perfection of our existence here at Bhaktivedanta Manor, Sutapa Prabhu. We are just so grateful that a personality like you, just not very far from us, walking the planet at here. And please keep us in your prayers. Keep giving us your association. It's always enlivening to hear from you. And I'm always so very happy just seeing your happy face. It just makes me joyful. And the process of the bhakti, which Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, is joyful. It just comes to life when we see devotees like yourself. So thank you so much, Sutapa Prabhu. I just want to also thank all the participants who've been joining us every day for these sessions, every evening. It is very nice. And I want to thank Mukunda Hari Prabhu and Vrindavan Chand Prabhu, who are very much helping us in keeping this vibration of Bhagavad Gita alive every evening by coming together and facilitating these sessions. As Sutapa Prabhu said, that alongside reading and living, if we can also help distribute, it'll be wonderful. So in the chat box, I have just now shared a